Generative AI has been the gold rush of the past couple of years that tech bros and greedy corporations absolutely love. And over the past year, we've seen generative AI begin to creep into the gaming industry. Call of Duty and Fortnite were exposed for having AI art in their games, with Activision even admitting that it uses generative AI for game assets. Expedition 33 was revealed to have used AI-generated assets as well, which led to backlash and even resulted in some of its awards being rescinded. And even Larian, the studio behind Baldur's Gate 3, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, planned to use generative AI in game development for its next Divinity game and beyond, before backing off because people really don't want AI in games. The consensus is pretty universal. Gamers don't want generative AI in their games. I don't want generative AI in my games. Well, I guess in some twisted way we got our wish, because instead of generative AI being in games, we're now moving toward games being generative AI. At least that's what investors and corporations are thinking with Google's newest AI prototype, Project Genie. So what is Project Genie? Well, it's basically another AI tool, and I'm using that term very loosely, more on that later. But instead of generating your usual videos, images, or text or whatnot, it generates what resembles a small but playable game demo, or what Google calls a world model. Project Genie generates an interactable environment based on your prompt, where you can determine things like characters, objects, and camera perspective. When you prompt it, the system generates a real-time video that reacts to your inputs as it predicts the next frames. What you've generated has no traditional internal game code, logic systems, persistent objects, or even a real world as we understand it in games. It's just the output of Project Genie's neural network. These worlds are also limited to 1 minute because again, what you're seeing doesn't actually exist. It's effectively just a reactive video where the AI is just predicting what should happen next. Now, Project Genie doesn't generate a full game, yet. But that's exactly where companies want this technology to go. Make no mistake, Project Genie is a proof of concept for AI-generated games. It's the natural next step for these greedy companies. They've already saved costs and labor by AI generating in-game assets, so now the next move is cutting costs even further by AI generating entire games. Stocks like Unity and Take-Two have taken hits because clueless investors, people who don't even understand or play games at all, think Project Genie proves that AI will make game engines obsolete. And while, again, Project Genie doesn't do that, you have to know that AI games are exactly what investors want, because there's this massive gold rush to slap AI onto everything. We even had a tech investor proudly share his vision of how amazing AI games are going to be, complete with an embarrassing and downright incomprehensible video he generated. Just look at this garbage. This is the epitome of AI slop. Generic, soulless, empty, and unwanted. Now, some people are going to say AI is just a tool. Its output depends on the user, just like a paintbrush can't make good art on its own. It only outputs slop if you want slop. No. Prompting an AI is the equivalent of giving someone instructions. They're still doing the work for you. Your prompt, your words, cannot truly represent what you want or what you're thinking, because it's not you. There's no direct connection. Unlike a paintbrush, you have to hold it, visualize what you want to paint, put it to paper, and decide the process and the final result. That effort and ideation are entirely your own in that case. There's no middleman. A prompt to an AI isn't that. Your words are not true representations of your thoughts. Actions speak louder than words. You've heard that saying. That's why real art is made by real people. Their process and actions are direct representations of their thoughts. With prompt generation, your words can be misconstrued, misinterpreted, or misunderstood, and that already happens constantly in real life. You know that. But here, the AI has to pull from data it was trained on just to generate something that approximates what you want. If you don't like it, you have to prompt it again and again and again until it gets closer, because the AI is doing the majority of the thinking, the work, and the process, not you. It's effectively the same as getting someone else to do your work. AI is not just a tool. It isn't. Your words are simply communication. They're nowhere near as direct of a representation of your ideas as your actions are. And the idea that AI is just a tool is a lie anyways. The people pushing this technology don't want it to be just a tool. Why would they invest billions on a scale we've never seen before if they didn't want a replacement. Calling it just a tool is just a shield to deflect criticism, calm anxiety, and hide their true intentions. Companies have already replaced jobs with AI, and now they want to do the same with our entertainment. It's that simple. It's as clear as day where this is going. And Project Genie, along with investor panic over game engines right now, reflects the modern gaming industry's worst tendencies. We've already seen the direction the industry has gone in over the years. We know how they operate. How can we maximize profit while lowering quality? How can we cut production costs? How can we provide as little as possible while charging the same? AI is that golden goose they're looking for. It can push out more art and assets faster, replace staff, and make games cheaper to produce. And make no mistake, while these games will be cheaper and lower effort for these companies to make, they will absolutely charge the exact same price. That difference doesn't get reinvested into better games or higher quality AI. It just gets pocketed as additional profit. And even in this dystopian future, ask yourself this: do you really think they'll use the highest quality AI models after cutting staff, payroll, and quality? Do you think they won't cut AI costs next? Of course they will. They'll use the cheapest models that meet the bare minimum because that's what executives do. They don't understand games or even people, but that's a conversation for another time. They just understand money. And if they can squeeze out even a little more profit by cutting AI costs, they will. They don't understand that they are the problem, that they are why their games fail. Generative AI in games is just another misguided venture that nobody wants except corporations. I doubt any of you are gonna line up to buy AI games, and maybe if we vote with our wallets early, while it's just AI generated assets, we can stop this before it gets worse. Remember when there was a big rush to add NFTs and cryptocurrencies into games back in 2021 to 2022? People hated it, and the backlash was so widespread and damaging to their reputations that they eventually recoiled from NFTs and crypto integration. We stopped it then, and we can stop AI now. But I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. If you learned anything, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.